aspect of the Bulldog Bash are a group of riders who defy gravity.
Ken, you've actually been involved in the Wall of Death now for 25 years, which is, a quarter of a century.
But thank you very much.
And you're still looking good as well. How far does it actually go back, though?
Well, the Wall of Death first came to England in about 1929, but before that it was in America, and before that, prior to that, I've got photographs of 1918 in South Africa.
Because it's been going for such a length of time, it must be steeped in tradition, isn't it?
Yes, very. There's a lot of tradition with the Wall of Death. The machines, you must always face the machines in the direction you're riding. It's a superstition thing. If you point the machine in the wrong way, you've got to take it back out, turn it around and bring it back in. It's only superstition, but I carry on that superstition as a traditional thing. You never see blue and green on the Wall of Death. Blue and green should never be seen. It's only silly things, really, but we stand by them.
You're very unique, Ken, in what you do. How did you actually get involved?
I started on the Wall of Death when I was about 13 years old. Some people I knew wanted a young lad to collect tickets and sweep up and fetch the teas and coffees, which is a traditional job on the Wall of Death. It's the runner. And when I was about 15, they started teaching me to ride. And they started teaching me on an engine like this one, a 1926 Indian Scout. It was built for the American Police Force in 1926, this one. My son Luke, he's ridden it occasionally, but I don't like him to ride it. I don't want him to get too fond of it.
What specifically makes it perfect for the Wall of Death?
It's got a nice low centre of gravity, so that when you're riding freehand, all the weight's down at the bottom so you can control it easier. You've got nice big foot plates so that you can stand up and get a good balance. You can stand there nice and solid. The seat is at the same height as the handlebar, so when you're trick riding and you want to sit over the handlebars, you can go straight over there. You've got no cables in the way. You've got no suspension. They're built with no suspension on the rear, and very little suspension on the front, and I've beefed the springs up to make them even harder. So when you're on the wall, it's not bouncing about and it's all over the place. It's nice, firm ride. They're a good solid frame. If you look at that frame, that's a good solid frame. When you do fall and drop them, you get a sledgehammer and a bit of a bending bar and you can put them right again. You get one of those modern bikes, and you drop one of those and that's it, it's written off.
How do you actually get the bike to go from here onto here? What aspect of it is?
Well, the hardest bit to learn is this bit here at the bottom. We call it the banking track. You have to build up your speed and your inertia on there and lean the bike over, get the bike to lean over. And you've got to keep it down there while you're leaning it over until you get to the right type of angle, which is about, about 10 degrees, 12 degrees off the horizontal. Once you've got the inertia up and you can feel yourself being sucked, you feel your body being sucked on that. I suppose some bollocks that
Sounds terrifying.
you feel yourself being sucked, you can feel your body being sucked onto the wall. Then you gradually get into there and just accelerate slightly onto the wall. So you're banked over and your back wheel's down a little bit. And that's how you go. You're almost crabbing around the wall like this. If you want to look at the tyres, you can see the wear on the tyre. See how it wears on one side? That's the angle that we ride on the wall at. That's the new side of the tyre that's not been ridden on. You can see all the little rubber blebs. And that's the angle we ride at on the wall. We don't ride here. Most people think we ride there, but we're not. You're all the time, the bike's trying to fall off the wall.
Luke, how long have you been doing the Wall of Death?
Well, I've been riding for 4 years, but I've been around the Wall of Death all my life.
And how did you get involved in it?
Well, it's been running through the family, so I thought I'd just take it on and carry on with it. And then my dad asked me, if you want to have a go, and I said, yeah.
What was it like the first time your dad said to you, hey, do you want to have a go at this?
Very thrilled. I was more thrilled than frightened because I've been around it all my life, so it didn't really frighten me that much. But it's more thrilling. Yeah, it's a really good feeling.
When you actually set off on the bike and you get on the sort of lower ramp, don't you feel quite nervous about then just getting it up onto the wall?
When you're learning, yeah, you've got to really grit your teeth and then you can take it on. But it's a bit nerve-wracking doing that for the first time. But after that, and then you know you can do it, and then you get used to it, and then you get higher up the wall until you eventually start dipping, or when you start your Zoom actually, and then you move on to the Indian, and then you start doing your trick rides.
Kent, you are probably the most unusual motorcyclist I think I've ever met.
I won't say I'm an unusual motorcyclist. I'm an unusual person. The wall of death is what I do. I'm a wall of death rider. I'm not a motorcyclist. The very last thing I am ever is a motorcyclist. I'm a wall of death man. This is my arena. This is where I work. This is where I live.
Do you ever drive on the flat?
No, I'm good on the roundabouts though, but anywhere else I'm knackered.
I was a little bit apprehensive about coming to the Bulldog Bash, but it was actually very entertaining. Really, it's a gathering of like-minded enthusiasts coming together to enjoy their interests. I met some great characters and learnt a little bit more about a side of motorcycling that had never appealed to me before.
Well, that's my Bulldog Bash coming to an end. Looks like these guys are going to be partying pretty hard tonight.